This is Western Mass News.
We begin tonight at UMass Amherst, where students there are at a standoff with their school. Pro-Palestinian protesters now popping up outside the student union. Welcome everyone to Western Mass News at 6 on this Monday. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Abby Carnevale. Those protesters have formed an encampment and community to keep themselves safe. And Western Mass News reporter Wesley Days joins us live from campus with the latest. And Wesley, they've been there for several hours now.
Yeah, Abby and Chris, we're in about hour 8 or 9 of this event right now, and the demographics of this event are changing, right? Parents and their kids, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of age, are out here at this encampment just across the lawn from the student union here at UMass Amherst. Now, the focus still remains the same. They're not stopping anytime soon. Food, fellowship, and focus on the University of Massachusetts Amherst to see their side on the current conflict of Israel versus Hamas still remains paramount for these protesters. Founders Day at UMass Amherst came with a fight from protesters pushing the school to divest from military companies tied to their university in the Israel-Hamas conflict overseas and drop charges against students arrested in an October sit-in.
We've all seen the videos from universities across the country, NYU, Emory, USC, UT Austin. Many of these encampments that have been set up over the past week or so have been met with pretty brutal repression.
Repression has seemingly reverberated throughout the UMass encampment. Just hours into their stay on the student union lawn, Western Mass News was there as university officials showed up.
I don't know, but as part of the land use request process, somebody reserved the space for today. But that's only one part of it, is tents aren't allowed on campus.
Max Greenberg is one of the organizers with the encampment. He tells us their response was expected, especially with the ongoing fallout from October's arrest.
Well, while we were planning for our own encampment, we were anticipating, exactly an analogous response from the university, even though the university is currently under investigation by the Office of Civil Rights for the Department of Education.
Just hours after that official came by, the school set up shop just across the pond with a hot air balloon for the university's special day. But protesters here say the only hot air blowing is the university's response to what's happening overseas.
Here at UMass has lots of ties with the war profiteer Raytheon. Raytheon's the second largest arms dealer in the U.S. And there's a direct pipeline from UMass students to Raytheon.
Now, I want to mention that today is the University of Massachusetts Amherst's Founders Day. As you can see, right across the road here is a hot air balloon. They're celebrating Founders Day by allowing students to get in that hot air balloon and take it up for a little ride, as you just heard in our story right there. Tonight, we're also hearing from UMass Amherst Chancellor Javier Reyes. He has now sent a statement out to students and to the public discussing today's encampment. He says, in part, quote, "This morning an unauthorized encampment was established on university property in violation of several campus policies, including the land use policy, which requires prior approval for the utilization of university property. The space was already reserved for a university event. We were forced to cancel this event. This encampment is in violation of university policy, and those present in it have been notified multiple times and have been asked to dismantle the encampment. Those who continue to not comply will be trespassing." It's also important to note, Abby and Chris, that encampment organizers tell us here at Western Mass News that they're also pushing for UMass police to be taken off of campus. They also told us in a separate conversation before we came on to you guys tonight at 6 that even though all eyes are focused on the people at this event right now, they want all eyes focused on the current crisis in Gaza. Reporting live in Amherst, Wesley Days, Western Mass News.